Question number 171. The least abundant cells in the human blood among the following are, and the blood cells are: never let monkey eat banana. And the most abundant cells are neutrophils, which are nearly 60 to 65%. These are neutrophils. L represents lymphocytes, which are 20 to 25%, followed by monocytes, which are 2 to 10%, and this is followed by eosinophils, which are nearly 2 to 3%. The least abundant blood cells are basophils, and these basophils constitute near about 0 to 1% of the total composition of blood cells. So the correct answer to this question is option number 4, that is eosinophils, because the least abundant are basophils, followed by second least abundant eosinophils. Let's discuss other options also. The very first option given is neutrophils, and this is an incorrect option. Neutrophils are the most abundant leukocytes in the human blood. The next option given is monocytes, and this is an incorrect option. Monocytes are not the least abundant cells in human blood. And the next option given is erythrocytes, and this is an incorrect option because RBCs are the most abundant cells in the human blood. They are about 5 to 5.5 million per cubic millimeter of blood cells. On the other hand, leukocyte or WBCs, they are near about 6,000 to 8,000 per cubic millimeter of blood. So the correct answer to this question is option number 4. Let's discuss our next question. Question number 172. The volume of blood pumped out by the 2 ventricles of human heart per minute is, and we know that the volume of blood pumped out by each ventricle of human heart per minute is known as cardiac output. Which is equal to 5 liter in volume. So if each ventricle is pumping 5 liter of volume, then 2 ventricles will pump 10 liter of blood per minute. So the correct answer for this question is option number 2, that is 10 liter, whereas 5 liter is the volume of blood pumped by each ventricle of human heart per minute. So this is an incorrect option, and 15 liter and 2 liter are also incorrect options. So the correct answer is option number 2. Let's discuss our next question. Question number 173. Mark the correct match with respect to respiratory volume and capacity. And the very first match given is residual volume, and the match given is 500 ml. And this is an incorrect option because 500 ml is the volume of tidal volume and not residual volume. So this is an incorrect match. The next option given is vital capacity, and the match given is 2500 to 3500 ml. And this is an incorrect match. Why? Because as you can see here, the vital capacity, which consists of inspiratory reserve volume, tidal volume as well as expiratory reserve volume, is near about 4800 ml. The next option given is inspiratory capacity, and the match given is 2300 to 3000 ml. And this is also an incorrect match because inspiratory capacity consists of inspiratory reserve volume and tidal volume, and it is near about 3600 to 3800 ml. The next option given is functional residual capacity, and the match is 2300 ml. And as it is a correct match, so this is a correct answer to our question. Because functional residual capacity is the addition of expiratory reserve volume and residual volume, which is nearly about 2300 ml. So the correct answer is option number 4. Now let's discuss the next question. Question number 174. Proximal convoluted tubule is lined by, and as it is a direct question, the correct answer to this question is option number 2, brush bordered cuboidal epithelium. Let's discuss other options also. The next option is simple columnar epithelium, and this is an incorrect option. The inner lining of stomach and intestine is lined by simple columnar epithelium. which performs the function of secretion and absorption. The next option is brush-bordered columnar epithelium, and this is an incorrect option because PCT is not lined by columnar epithelium. Columnar epithelium in inner lining of organs which are involved in functions of secretion and absorption. The next option given is endothelium, and this is an incorrect option because endothelium is the lining of blood vessels. So the correct answer to this question is option number 2. Let's discuss the next question. Question number 175. The time interval between the closure of AV valves and semilunar valves is about. AV valves closes when there is initiation of ventricle systole. When the ventricles are contracting, in order to prevent the backflow of blood from ventricles to auricles, the AV valves closes. And semilunar valves close when there is initiation of ventricular diastole, in order to prevent the backflow of blood from aorta to ventricles. So the time interval between the closure of AV valves and semilunar valves is the time interval between the initiation of ventricle systole to the initiation of ventricle diastole. And it is the time period which starts from ventricle systole to the initiation of ventricle diastole or joint diastole, which is equivalent to 0.3 seconds. So the correct answer to this question is option number 2, that is 0.3 seconds. Let's discuss other options also. The very first option given is 0.1 second, and 0.1 second represents atrial systole, in which the AV valves are open whereas semilunar valves are closed. The next option is 0.5 second. 0.5 second is the interval between the closure of semilunar valve and the closure of AV valve. From here to here, that is the time interval between the second heart sound and the first heart sound. So this is an incorrect option. And the last option is 0.8 second, and this is an incorrect option because 0.8 second is the time duration of complete cardiac cycle. So the correct answer to this question is option number 2. Let's discuss the next question.